Hi, good afternoon. I'd like to welcome you to Poem Praise 2, and peace and blessings be upon you and your family this afternoon. Now, we are going to go ahead and get into lies my teacher told me. Now, we are in chapter number 3, okay? This is going to be take number 12 of this chapter. That is the truth about the first Thanksgiving. Now we are almost done with this chapter. This is going to be the chapter, the actual take, that we will finish this chapter. Are you excited? Are you excited? Well, I am glad that you are excited. I am excited that we are going to complete this chapter. And I'll certainly let you know the title of chapter number 4 in just one moment. So without further ado, take 12, it reads as such. What the Massachusetts Department of Commerce censored was not some incendiary, I don't know if I said that correctly, y'all. I'm going to spell it. It's spelled INCENDIARY, falsehood, but historical truth. Nothing James would have said had he been allowed to speak was false. Expecting the word wheat, most of our textbooks also omit the facts about grave robbing, Indian enslavement, and so on. Even though they were common knowledge in colonial New England. Thus, our popular history of the Pilgrims has not been a process of gaining perspective, but a deliberate forgetting. Instead of these important facts, textbooks supply the feel-good minutiae of Squanto's helpfulness. His name, the fish in the cornhills. Sometimes even the menu and the number of American Indians who attended the prototypical first Thanksgiving. I have focused here on untoward detail, only because our histories have suppressed everything awkward for so long. The Pilgrims' courage is setting forth in the late fall to make their way on a contingent new to them remains unpassed. In their first year, the Pilgrims, like the American Indians, suffered from diseases, including scurvy and pneumonia. Half of them died. It was not immoral for the Pilgrims to have taken over Patuxet, P-A-T-U-X-E-T. They did not cause the plague and were as baffled as to its origin as the stricken Indian villagers. Massasoit, Massasoit, was happy that the Pilgrims were using the bay for the Patuxet. Being dead had no more need for the site. Pilgrim-Indian relations started reasonably positively. The newcomers did eventually pay the Wampanoags Wampanoags, for the corn they had dug up and taken. Plymouth, unlike many other colonies, usually paid Indians for the land it took. In some instances, Europeans settled in Indian towns because natives had invited them, a protection against another tribe or a nearby competing European power. In some, U.S. history is no more violent and oppressive than the history of England, Russia, Indonesia, or Burundi. but neither is exceptionally less violent. The antidote to feel good history is not feel bad history, but honest and inclusive history. If textbook authors feel compelled to give moral instruction the way origin myths have always done, they could accomplish this aim by allowing students to learn both the good and the bad sides of the Pilgrim tale. Conflict would then become part of the story, and the students might discover that the knowledge they gain has implications for their lives today. Correctly taught, the issues of the era of the first Thanksgiving could help Americans grow more thoughtful and more tolerant, rather than more ethnocentric. Ironically, Plymouth, Massachusetts, the place where the myths began, now provides a model. Native Americans and non-native allies did not take the suppression of Frank James' speech in 1970 lying down. That story in every November since. They have organized a counter parade, the National Day of Mourning, that directly negates the traditional Thanksgiving celebration. After years of conflict, Plymouth agreed to allow both parades and also paid for 2 new historical markings telling the Wampanoags side of the story. Textbooks need to learn from Plymouth. Origin myths do not come cheaply. To glorify the Pilgrims is dangerous. The genial, or GENIAL, omissions and the invented details with which our textbooks retell the Pilgrim archetype are close cousins of the overt censorship practiced by the Massachusetts Department of Commerce in denying Frank James the right to speak. Surely, in history, truth should be held sacred at whatever cost. And I'll repeat the last line twice here on Poem Praise 2. That, just a snippet of what's in quotes. Truth should be held sacred at whatever cost. That does complete. We are done with chapter number 3 here on Poem Praise 2. I would like for you to stay tuned for chapter number 4. It's going to be entitled Red Eyes. Right there it is. So I would like for you to hit the like button, subscribe, share, and certainly hit that notification bell. You'll know when I'm coming with something new for you from Poem Praise 2. But certainly till next time, I want for you to be well, to take care, to be blessed. Be blessed. And it be it thy will. I, Poem Praise 2, will speak with you soon. Until then, later, y'all.